Alright, we are going to play standard 2-man with the Temur Morphs stack. So, this hand is a little awkward. We don't usually want to play the Ash Cloud Phoenix face down, but we do have a Trail of Mystery and a turn 3 untapped land and a Morph. So we'll go ahead and keep this. Our opponent's mulliganing. I'm going to play until I lose or three matches. I don't know how that'll work out. It might just be one video today. So it looks like we're playing against the Jeskai deck. Don't know exactly what that'll be. It could be the Jeskai Tempo deck that did well at the first SCG Open, or it could be something totally different. So I need to decide if I want to play Trail of Mystery or if I want to hold up Magma Strike and Lightning Jet for a creature that he plays. I think against Jeskai I'd rather play Phoenix face up, but I don't have a fourth land. So what I'm going to do is hold up Magma Jet or Lightning Strike this turn, and then depending on what he does, play Trail of Mystery next turn. So here's the divination. So it looks like he may not be a tempo deck. He may just be a control deck. So I'm going to go ahead and play Trail of Mystery. And the next turn we have drawn the Temur Charger, and we can play that face down to get our land from the Trail of Mystery, and then play our Phoenix face up. And that'll be fairly strong against anything except Anger of the Gods. Okay, well, he's got Jeskai Ascendancy. That's really interesting. I'm hoping he's not a combo version, because we don't really have any sideboard enchantment removal, so we're going to be pretty weak to enchantment-based combo with this deck. So I'm actually under some pressure to try and get him dead pretty quickly. Luckily, our hand is capable of doing that because we've got the Xenagos and the Phoenix and then some burn to finish him. Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to combo off here. So I don't know what his win will be. It could be a prowess guy, or I guess this gives all his guys prowess. So I do want to mention I'm trying something that's a little bit of a pet strategy for me, which is wait until a standard daily event starts and then play in the 2-mans while that's running in round 1 and 2. So a lot of the better players will be in the daily event. So I won't have to play against them. So we've got some options here. We can unmorph this guy by revealing Xenagos and then play Xenagos and then attack for 6 trample. I'm kind of worried about his morph here. I don't know exactly what it would be. It could be a Sagu Mauler. I think I want to just Lightning Strike his morph. Yeah, I think that's correct. And then he could give it protection with God's Willing. But if he casts God's Willing, I'm going to Magma Jet it in response. So that'll be a 2-for-2 trade. My Lightning Strike and Jet for his morph and God's Willing. It'll get whatever this is off the table and keep him from having a threat that he can kill us with Ascendancy. The next turn I can play Ash Cloud Phoenix, and then the turn after is that Xenagos, and then just start beating down. So he got a Forest. Okay, so Rattleclaw Mystic. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and play Ash Cloud face down then. Get another island. Then I think I want to turn this face up. So I'll reveal Xenagos. And attack for 5. My plan next turn is to unmorph the Phoenix, which will hit him for 2 down to 12, and then swing for 7 down to 5. Then the turn after that, I don't even need Xenagos because I have Magma Jet. So he's going to do some serious digging here. We have to keep his mana guys off the table. If we can keep his mana guys off the table, the Ascendancy is not going to be able to generate a ton of mana and cast a million spells every turn. Okay, so he's got a Sylvan Caryatid. So that guy we're not going to be able to beat. We're going to have to just try and kill him. So if we're not dead this turn or next turn, I think we can win. But that's a lot of mana on his side of the table, plus a Caryatid. So he's going to play Caryatid. Let's say worst case he has 3 draw spells. He could go off. So here's a Caryatid. He doesn't have another green mana. He can't play a second Caryatid. So that's Lightning Strike. Can we kill him this turn? No, we are a mana short. But next turn we will be able to play Xenagos and cast a burn spell. So let's unmorph the Phoenix, trigger Trail of Mystery. So we're going to attack him for 9. He is dead to Magma Jet, dead to Lightning Strike, dead to Unmorph Phoenix after this turn. So he really needs to kill us this next turn. Okay, looks like he's going to play some kind of combat trick. Just any instant will pump this guy and kill here. Okay, he's going to dig through time. My guess is that if he has dig through time here, we actually are dead. Luckily, the thing about Caryatid is that it has Defender, so no matter how big he makes it, he needs something else to actually kill us. So this is going to kill the Charger. He's going to go to 5. He's still dead just to the burn that's in our hand. So let's say he taps out and plays a bunch of blockers somehow, or he returns the Phoenix to our hand. He's still dead if he taps out. Okay, so here he's making another Caryatid. Yeah, he can't strive. He doesn't have another target. So he has 1 mana. He's got access to 7 mana here. So we're just going to F6 and let him do his thing and see if he is dead. Maybe he has a way to give this Kiora's follower haste. We're doing another dig through time. I apologize for making you guys sit through this. I'm not really having a good time either. I just don't know, like, we could be dead or he could be dead, and I don't really have any control over it either way. So he now has a way to attack us. He has a creature that can deal damage to us. He needs to play 13 non-creature spells this turn to make it lethal. So you're seeing how this combo works. Okay, so now he has another one. We're getting very close to where we're just dead, because see, now he has 3 attacking creatures, so each one only has to hit for a minimum of 5 damage, and he's got several cards in his hand. So he's at 11 damage here. He needs pretty much just anything. And he's got several cards in hand. Okay, he's got Dig Through Time. Yeah, we're very dead. So you can see how this combo deck works. We just need to keep the mana guys off the table. It's possible we should have held up mana. I didn't realize that he would play Kiora's Follower. If we could have killed the Kiora's Follower, the first one, with a Magma Jet, he would not have been able to go off. So obviously I haven't played against this deck at all. It's a brand new deck. We are 3.5 minutes ahead of him on time. I don't think that's going to be the way we win. But if Kiora's Follower is what he's relying on to win the game, we do have answers to that. We can bring in Magma Sprays. So we're going to bring in Magma Sprays. We're going to bring in Aether Spouts. We're going to take out Hunter's Prowess. I could take out Xenagoses, but I'm not sure I want to. We need to be able to put pressure on him anyway. I think we will take out the Xenagoses and one Trail of Mystery. So this looks alright. We did see Swan Song in his hand, so it's possible Aether Spouts is not that good. Yeah, Aether Spouts is probably too much mana. I'm going to put the Xenagoses back in and just try and kill him. So we will play first. So we have 2 disruption spells, we have a trail, we have a mana guy, and then we have pretty close to good mana. Yeah, the mana in this hand will do everything we have. I think we're going to keep this because we have a Magma Jet. I'm going to dig for some more burn here. Phoenix would be a way to kill him. Is that better than burn? We could play a turn 3 Phoenix with this hand. I think that might be good enough. We'll try that. So a lot of his lands come into play tapped. That's one of the weaknesses of the standard version compared to the modern version. The other weakness is that he doesn't have Glittering Wish. It's possible he brought in something like Anger of the Gods or Magma Spray and he's going to kill this guy, in which case we're actually in some trouble. So my guess is he's going to play a Sylvan Caryatid this turn. Yeah, so there's the Caryatid. That means he'll have Ascendancy next turn. And then our clock is actually pretty slow still. I think I want to cast Aven because I can still hold up Magma Jet while doing that. That will not let us cast Trail of Mystery, which is unfortunate, but we should have enough mana for this matchup anyway. Okay, so he's got his Jeskai Ascendancy. He can't play it this turn. There's another Caryatid. Again, we're just going to worry about the Kiora's Followers because the Caryatids have a Defender. So now we have double burn up for followers if we don't play Aven. So I'm going to play Trail of Mystery here. And attack with just the Phoenix so I can hold up double burn. So we're looking at 4 more turns of Phoenix, or 3 more turns plus Magma Jet, which puts us pretty close to the turn where he went off last game. So here's the Ascendancy. And then we can hope that he plays a Kiora's Follower right now. Twin Flame. So he's going to actually try to go off right now, it looks like. which probably is doable with 3 Caryatids in play. He also may just be trying to cantrip a lot to fill his graveyard so that he can enable future dig through times. That seems like a waste of a Twin Flame to me, but if he has an extra one, that may be correct. I'm actually pretty happy that there's a reasonable combo deck in Standard. That doesn't happen very often. This one doesn't seem like it's too powerful. Retraction Helix. Okay. I think he can draw his deck at this point. He just needs an Astral Cornucopia or a Briber's Purse that he can play for free, and he'll make infinite mana. He's going to bounce the Phoenix. Sure. That's pretty unfortunate. If we had Sagu Mauler instead of Phoenix, we'd be in better shape. So what is this? Is this going to be dig through time? Okay, so he's making more Caryatids. If this deck becomes more popular in Standard, I know it's very popular right now in Modern. If it becomes more of a thing in Standard, I will have to put some enchantment removal in the sideboard. I think that would be Unravel. I don't remember the full name of the card. It's 1 and a green for an instant that puts target artifact or enchantment shuffled into its owner's library. That would be good against Jeskai Ascendancy. It would also be good against Courser of Kruphix and Karanos, God of Storms. Okay, so he did not go off this turn. He's going to lose these Caryatids. I don't know if he was trying to go off or if he was just filling his graveyard, as I said. So what are we going to do here? I think the best play is to cast Aven. Go get a mountain. That'll let us hold up Magma Jet or Magma Spray if he has a Kiora's Follower. And Aven has the bounce ability, so that's Disruption. That'll let us try and slow him down or stop him from killing us if he's relying on one guy. I could play Mystic since he only has 1 card in hand, but I think it's just better to hold up Burn Spell at every stage of the game from now on. So here's a Sagu Mauler. I'm going to cast that face down and go get an island. So now we're holding up 2 burn spells, so we can play around God's Willing or a trigger from Jeskai Ascendancy. It's possible I should have attacked, but if he has any instant, he can force me to flip my Aven up, and which is bad. So we can hold up Magma Jet if we turn Mauler face up. So let's go ahead and bash with the Mauler. He's not going to block. Yeah, I'm going to turn up. So this will hit him for 8, put him at 6, force him to block next turn. So it looks like he was trying to go off a couple turns ago and just didn't get there. You saw the first game, he had triple dig through time, which just basically gives him every combo piece. So he's got a dig through time right now he's going to start off with, which will give him 2 good cards. Plus he'll get to loot. Dig through time is very powerful. It's a very good Magic card. He pretty much has to go off. Okay, so he's got another dig through time. We're probably dead again. It's a little bit unfortunate because this time we were much closer. I think it's very unlikely that he fizzles with 2 mana guys and casting 2 subsequent dig through times, because he's probably going to cast another dig through time now. So he's gone like 20 cards deep into his library this turn. Yeah, he's just going all the way through there. He has everything that he needs. We're short a mana to turn Aven face up, so we are weak to Swan Song on our Disruption. Our hope is going to have to be that he chains some more expensive draw spells like Divination before he casts his win condition. So that is what's happening. How many Twin Flames has he used? So there's 2 exiled. So he's used 2 Twin Flames. Okay. So he's getting lower on mana. He just has 1. Okay, so he has Ascendancy. Okay, so this should probably give him all the mana he needs. I was hoping he didn't have another Ascendancy, because now these guys are each good for 2 mana per spell. So if he casts a 1 mana cantrip to draw a card, he makes 3 mana. He's basically getting a free Black Lotus with every spell he plays. So he just has 4 mana to go off. Yep. So he is tapped out right now. So I can actually Magmaject the Rattleclaw Mystic. I think I want to do that. Okay, so he did have the Swan Song. So we're going to F6 and see if he kills us again. Notice that this Rattleclaw Mystic has Summoning Sickness, so he needs Twin Flame to make another one and then to pump that up. So he has plenty of mana. He's a little short on cards, but he does get to loot a lot. We're probably dead again, but we do have 2 blockers. So it looks like we're dead, but we're not as dead this game as we were the first game. Yeah, something like Negate or Anger of the Gods might have been strong here. I think I'll record another video with this deck today. This is just not really a real match. It's a combo deck that I don't have any sideboard against. So nothing is really... It's just not really showing how the deck works, because nothing that I can do with this deck interacts with what he's doing with his deck, as opposed to something like a Rabble Red deck or a Jeskai Tempo deck where it's back and forth with interaction. This is just play my threats and see if he can go off before he's dead. Yeah, so he's got a 3rd Ascendancy, so he's just got all the mana, all the looting. We'll just see what he has. So he still should have 2 Twin Flames, but at this point, I don't know that he can get 20 damage past 2 blockers. He may have something like a Crater's Claws to just hit us for 1,000,000 damage with past blockers, but I'm not going to concede here because I'm going to make him play this out. It's not costing any time off of my clock, and there's a chance that he might fizzle here because he only has 11 cards left in his deck, 9 after this Divination, and he still hasn't played any way to deal damage to us. And I'm not sure that he'll have enough mana to actually Crater's Claw us for the full 20 damage. So here's another Rattleclaw Mystic. This one also has Summoning Sickness. Yeah, he just didn't have any way to get past our blockers. It's possible he only runs 2 Twin Flames and just couldn't have anything. That kind of makes me want to bring in Hornet Queen. So what was good that game? The burn was alright. We're going to have to assume that he always has a Swan Song. Just the first Swan Song is basically free for him to find. I don't know how many he runs. So we want Sagu Mauler because it's hexproof. I think we do want the Xenagoses, and we want the Phoenixes because they go over the top. He had the Retraction Helix, so I don't know that Hornet Queen is good. He can just mop up the tokens before he attacks. So the question really is, do we want Hunter's Prowess to give a guy trample? And I think the answer is no. So this hand only has red mana. It doesn't have a third land to play our Morphs. It has a Trail of Mystery, but obviously no green. It has 2 Magma Jets, which can kill his mana guys. I think we have to mulligan this. This hand is a little bit better. Mana Confluence is fine against him, I think. We're still missing that third land to play our Morphs, but we have a lot of disruption, so we may be able to play around a Swan Song. Okay. I don't think we need to play Mana Confluence yet. It's not going to give us anything powerful. Like we saw in the first couple of games, he doesn't really try to go off until turn like 5 or 6. Because he needs to have those lands in play. So we're going to bottom the temple. From now on, so our first 2 land drops are basically free. We can just do whatever we want. From now on, I want to try... Oh, he doesn't have a third land or a green source. Yeah. Yeah, let's cast our Morph. So I'm going to just immediately kill any Mana Dark that he plays. So he's got a Confluence. That'll let him play a Mana Dark. Hopefully it's just not a Caryatid. He's got Ascendance. Okay, he's got a Morph. That's a Rattleclaw Mystic. We'll figure out something. So... we've got 4 choices for how to deal with this Rattleclaw Mystic. We can return it to his hand, we can burn it, or we can Magma Jet burn it with Scry. And I think what we want to do is just Magma Spray it. Then we can attack with our Aven. We've got him on a clock, but it's pretty slow. It's not going to be fast enough to beat a turn 6 kill. So here's his Caryatid. Here's a cantrip. It's kind of funny that the best cantrips he can play are red and white. That is not generally how Magic works. But they've been super careful about not printing anything like Ponder or Brainstorm. So we need to decide if we think he's going to go off or if we can use this turn to make Xenagos. I think in order for us to win, we have to put more pressure on him, which means playing Xenagos. So after this turn, we will have Aven plus Burn available. So it's going to be hard for him to beat us unless he can kill our Aven. Okay, so here's a follower. Let's see if he taps out for Ascendancy. Another follower with just red up. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. That doesn't really change anything. We're going to Magma Jet this guy, dig for a land for a Mauler. Avon is tempting, but I think we just want that land. Then we're going to turn this face up, bounce the follower, then swing for 4. Okay, so what we need to do here is draw an untapped land. He needs, well, we need to not die this turn, but I don't think that's likely. He's only got 4 lands, 1 mana dork, and 2 cards in graveyard, so he's pretty constrained on mana, and he doesn't have an Ascendancy in play yet. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to get there because he got stuck on 2 mana for a couple turns. And he doesn't have his Ascendancy. That's the weakness of the standard version compared to the modern version. You don't have Glittering Wish, so instead of running 7 Ascendancies, you're only running 4. Okay, so we did not draw a land, so what we're going to do is attempt to burn this follower. And then we're going to play a morph. It's going to gain haste from Xenagos. It's a question of whether we want to play Mauler or Avon. If we play Mauler and he doesn't kill us, or the Mauler, I'm 100% sure we win next turn. If we play Avon, he's going to have to chump with Caryatid, but we may not win. So I'm going to play Mauler. Gamble that he doesn't have Anger of the Gods. It's also possible we should have just put the Xenagos trigger on the Avon, put him at 2. Mana Confluence would put him at 1. He would not be able to use a fetch land or a Confluence next turn. But I think it's better to make the Caryatid chump. It's better to remove a mana dork from the table than to shut off a possible land in his hand. So he has to kill us this turn, or he has to kill both creatures and deal with this one. Okay, so this is a Rattleclaw Mystic. I'm going to pass the turn. So we've got a Segu Mauler. It's a 12/12 Trampler with haste. This guy's real good. Yeah. All right, so there's the match. They're still giving out 2015 packs, which is pretty disappointing. I was hoping we would get cons. So as I said, I'm going to play another match. Hopefully we'll get some real gameplay. Thank you for watching.